On This Week in History, we are looking back at the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. She passed away in September as the longest-serving monarch in British history, made even more impressive because she wasn't even in line for the throne. On December 11, 1936, Elizabeth would become the heir presumptive after her uncle gave up the crown. From the Queen's first visit to BC as a teen princess to portraits done by Bryan Adams, the Royal BC Museum's collection illustrates the Queen's historic connection to our province.
When she was born in 1926, she was never intended to be monarch. Her father was second in line, and all of this changed in the year 1936. Her grandfather died, her father's brother came to the throne, and in a shocking turn of events, resigned the throne and left the country. So on December 11th of 1936, she became the heir presumptive. She came out here in 1951 and stopped to visit the children in Revelstoke. This is my favorite photograph of Queen Elizabeth because she looks so young. And she's standing in a ditch next to a train because there wasn't a station. That the oldest program we have for her as princess from her first visit is attending Thunderbird Park and with the indigenous dancers from the Alberni Valley. The Queen became monarch. She was in Africa at a resort and her father died. Queen flies home.
Receive the royal scepter.
The coronation itself, it was the first color broadcast that went out globally around the world from the BBC. And also there's this whole industry which kicks in with biscuit tins and calendars and coloring books from the coronation. And the last stamp here has a BC connection that Bryan Adams, who also is a photographer, was invited to take the Queen's portrait. Many people on Vancouver Island will remember her visit for the opening of the Commonwealth Games, and we have the license plate from her car as she drove into the stadium waving to the crowds. The death of Queen Elizabeth II was personal to me because she has been the Queen of Canada for almost all of my life up until this September when she passed away. When I heard of her death, I was saddened because it's rare that you see an individual who dedicates their whole life to serving others.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.